Hi, welcome to the Homebody Witch. It's been a while since I've dropped in, and that's because it's been quite a busy summer and autumn, at least autumn so far. Part of this is because my honey bunny and I basically created and had the first edition of a film festival that we made for the communities that are around us and that we are in, and that took a good chunk of time and a lot of creative time, which would leave me a little drained, but it was a really fun, wonderful event. And I also wore, I think, a wonderful outfit for it. I'll share a picture here. I got this little gremlin eating popcorn dress off of Redbubble, and I just really wanted to be on theme for the event, and I really enjoyed wearing it, so I thought I would share it here. I have most of the October seasonal decorations up. As you can see, I have the mantelpiece. I really like to have books on display for the season, so I have some classics up and collections of poetry. And I'm still slowly putting out a couple of the last remaining decorations because I like to slowly decorate and then slowly take down. It really allows you to just sort of marinate in the season a bit more. I really love putting up my kitchen decorations now because for many years I never put very many decorations in my kitchen, but I love having the kitchen fully decorated because I spend a lot of time in the kitchen and it just really lets you feel Halloweeny when you're in there. So if you don't do that, I would recommend decorating your kitchen if you want to really get even further into the vibe of the season. I was also busy with planning some October events, not only the film festival because it was at the start of the month, but for the October season, I had a evening with Poe event where I work, where people shared readings of original work or some readings of Poe's work, and that was really a wonderful way to get into the season. And I also hosted for work creating a haunted gingerbread house, and that was a lot of fun, and I really recommend it as a Halloween activity. It was something I wanted to do for many years, and I did it last year and I did it again this year, and it's a really fun way to just do something that's more collaborative and fun, and again lets you get into the season. So I haven't been having time to do a lot of reading because of how busy it's been, but because of that, I've sort of leaned into reading short stories because it allows you to have a taste of the season, a taste of reading, and it's good to have at the bedside, and it's easy to pick up and to put down. I've recently been finding myself, when it comes to fiction, being more and more attracted to short stories. When I was younger, I didn't really like them very much, and I think it may be because of the ones that were often assigned at school didn't really speak to me, and I didn't like them. And some of them felt, even though they were short stories, they felt really long, unnecessarily long, and I think short stories can be very difficult to do well. But all the ones I've been reading this year for this season have been wonderful and are classic tales. So first up, of course, I've been revisiting Poe, because we had the Poe night, and I have this edition of the collected tales and poems of Poe that was from Barnes & Noble, and I just think it's a really beautiful edition. We actually own another edition that's much older, but we picked this one up last year, and I think it's gorgeous, and it's a wonderful edition to have in your house, and also it can second as a great decoration for the season. Even though Poe, he didn't just write tales of the macabre, he had a wonderful sense of humor. He did a lot of nonfiction writing, but still he is, really good for this season. Some of his most famous poems, of course, The Raven, really let you settle in to some of the uneasy feelings that can be around the October time. Next up, I am rereading the ghost stories of M.R. James. I've read these all before, but I think he's a master of the short ghost story. This edition is from the British Library, and again, I think it's just a really lovely way to have the collection so that you have it in this lovely edition that you can also again use as a decoration if you're like me and you like to use books as decorations for the season. And then lastly, I am reading some of the short stories of Sheridan Le Fanu. I picked this up actually last year in Sleepy Hollow when I was there for a fun little weekend getaway. And I read the first couple of stories and I returned to it during this October season to read some more, and I'm really enjoying them. Sheridan Le Fanu is also very associated with the weird fiction movement, which I've been reading a little bit more of here and there and really enjoying. And weird fiction sort of mixes together horror and science fiction and just sort of melds the genres in an interesting way. So actually Poe is thought to be like a precursor to weird fiction, so it's sort of good, interesting to have them both and read them both at sort of the same time, although I'm just sort of dipping my toe into learning more about the genre of weird fiction. I do have some collections from the British Library as well. They put out really wonderful collections of weird fiction, classic weird fiction, and I have some of them, like one that all the stories have to do with Pan. It's really, this is it here. And it's Tales of the Horned God, Weird Tales of the Great God Pan. And this is from the British Library as well. And their collections are just gorgeous, that they put attention to detail with the covers that they choose. And then all the covers feature a different color scheme. So this one's all with the green. I have one that is all with an orange color tone to it, and I've been slowly collecting them and really enjoying them, and they're a great way to get more into classic weird fiction, not new weird fiction, and have it through short stories, which I find to be a great way to be introduced into something and to see if you enjoy it, to then further your reading from there. One of the other things I've been really enjoying is this vinyl record called Halloween Nuggets, and it's all these classic old sort of underrated but maybe also underknown Halloween songs, and I love throwing it on, and just it's good for when you're cleaning and just staying in that mood, or good for when you're decorating around your house. I also have some classic Halloween mixes I like to listen to that have a lot of older songs. I'll link to two below that I actually put together, and they're up on Mixcloud, so you can just listen to them for free without having to have a membership to anything. Yeah, so it's been October. It's been busy and but fun, and I find that when I'm at work, sometimes I'll have people come in and they'll be saying that, oh, the year goes by so fast, or the season's going so fast. But if you fill it with activities you enjoy and ways to really savor the season you're in, I find that it doesn't go by quite as fast, because you're creating all these moments for listening, recognizing, sitting with what the season is. At least that's what I find. Do you find the same thing for yourself? Oh, I've also been watching a lot of spooky Halloween movies. I actually started in August because I get excited for the season early. And I've been having my honey bunny watch them, and I'm hoping to make a video for our My Mom Thinks I'm Cool channel about some of the things we've been watching and what he's been thinking of them, and some of the films I hadn't watched since I was like a kid, so it was fun to revisit. And I'd love to hear what you're listening to, reading, and watching to get into the spirit of the season. You can share in the comments below. Thanks so much for spending time with Homebody Witch. Bye!